Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So to start off from the book, the idea behind the book was really for me to share my journey with others, and especially with my family, with my parents or my sisters, with whom I didn't feel comfortable speaking about religion. I guess I'm French. I'm from a small town in France. Usually we don't speak about either religion nor politics by default. So these are like taboo topics. Although the church is obvious, the Christian customs are quite obvious. I come from a Christian background. But religion, again, was not really a topic that we could talk about freely. And whenever it is around the table, we start talking about it, it becomes tense. So the idea was for me to be able to convey what I wanted to share differently. So that's why that's the purpose why I wrote the book. Whether it worked or not, I'm not sure. When I gave the book to my parents to read, first it was too long, and then it was too complicated. So I don't know if I achieved the purpose, but at least I could share that journey with others beyond my family. I still see other benefits from it within my family, but yeah, regardless. So the book is really here for me to share a personal journey, a journey that took about maybe 10 years, I would say. So again, to give context, I'm French. I studied in France, but then I moved to the US to continue my higher education. So I moved to the US to do a master and then PhD. And there in the US, I saw a different Islam. Again, I'm from a Christian background, but I admit the Christianity I've seen in my hometown might not be the best. It was a bit strict. It was a bit constriving in the sense that you couldn't really ask questions. The environment was not here to ask questions and to reflect, really. Why? Because you go through school, and in school they clearly ask you to make a choice. Either you continue in science or you stay religious, but both don't match, so you have to make a choice. The choice is not asked directly by the teacher, but it transpires everything. It transpires the curriculum, it transpires the material you're reading, the exams you're having. It becomes quite, not oppressive, but obvious. And I made a choice. I became a scientist, so my choice was clear. I wanted to continue science. Why? Because science promised me a happy life afterwards, promised me a job and then a better salary than whatever I could get through religion. So to pursue that science, I moved to the US. I started studying, and in the US I saw a different Islam, an Islam that I didn't know when I was in France. What I knew about Islam when I was in France was really what television shows. It's nothing great. Usually the Muslim population, I would say, occupy the lowest social classes in France. It comes with a social background, social class. It comes with a certain mentality. And it's not really appealing, I admit. It was not, at least for me, appealing. But when I moved to the US, I saw something different. Most of the Muslims I've seen in the US, it was in Indiana, in Purdue University, Indiana. They were highly educated, rich, organized. We had a mosque in the center of the campus, something impossible in France. As a PhD student, I was able to teach students, and some of my students, undergrad students, were Muslims, and I started hanging out with them. And that's how I started learning about Islam. Just to hang out with them, then to hang out with them in the mosque upstairs. They had the lunch. We just used to eat, to drink soft drinks, to snack and to joke around. And that's how I learn about it. What I learned about was quite pleasing. As a scientist, the question I had, I found answers in Islam. Not necessarily straightforward answer, but possibility to avoid any conflict, the conflict that I had with my Christian background. That's what I found appealing. And the religion was made simple, easy. You have a direct connection to God. And the recommendations seemed, for most of them, logical. So I like the simplicity, the logic, the apparent logic. So my view, of course, changed over time. And the arguments that made me Muslim in the first place might not be the one I still uphold now, because you grow, you question, you investigate, you develop. And that book represents, I guess, the end of my development. So I wanted to share it with you. So I hope you'll enjoy. Leave me some feedback. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.